So the first time I had heard anything about AI was probably a year ago, and that's basically when I started playing with it. I started toying with it, and I started testing it out, not really knowing what it was and how to use it. I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I thought it was scary because I'm like, how can this artificial intelligence? It just knows everything, right? You can type anything into an app, and it comes up with all type of stuff, which is actually insane. But yeah, so the first time I heard about it was at this black convention for black entrepreneurs. They're talking about how you could use AI to literally become a self-made millionaire and a billionaire. And at first, I was just watching the video, but I wasn't really sure about how it would be possible until a year later. And I'm watching all the top players. I'm talking about people with millions of subscribers on YouTube who are now making content about how to use AI and how AI is going to be the future. And I'm like, a year ago, absolute no names. I'm talking about people I have never heard of before and people you have probably never heard of before were already talking about how AI was going to be the future. And now, a year later, all the top players are making content about how AI is the future and how they've been toying with it, how they're making AI agents XYZ. I'm like, a year ago, you guys, people were already talking about AI being the future. A year later, now all the top players, no names were talking about it. Now the top players are talking about it. And I'm like, those people were behind. The people we consider to be people, I'm talking about Hormozy, Golden, um, who else? Callaway. These top creators are making content now about how you can integrate AI into your business, into your content, XYZ. And I was like, yo, I might as well go ahead and hop on the trend and tell you guys about how I've integrated AI into not just my life, not just my business, but also content creation. And it just makes sense, right? So, um, I'm gonna make this video quick and to the point because I feel like it doesn't even need to be that long. And here's another thing I think is crazy about this whole AI thing. People are talking about how people are literally getting rich already, making tons of money already teaching people about AI. And it's not that they're teaching younger kids about AI, they're teaching older people about AI that don't know anything about artificial intelligence. They're making thousands of dollars. I was just watching a seminar yesterday, a masterclass yesterday, where a guy was selling his his AI course to a group of people for $197 for a weekly trial, and I think it was like $1,200 for like a monthly subscription to teaching them AI. And I'm like, the best way to learn AI is to just use AI, to literally every single day just use it. Like, let's say for instance you want to count your calories, right? Or you don't know how many calories is in this hamburger that you got from Taco Bell because you didn't look. Oh, did I just say hamburger from Taco Bell? All right, so you don't know how many calories is in this cheeseburger that you're eating from Burger King. So you just type in how many calories is in a cheeseburger with XYZ from Burger King, and it'll tell you how many calories. Or you're like, okay, I want to stay at 100. I want to consistently stay at 165 pounds for the next year. What does my calorie intake, or what calorie deficit do I have to maintain my weight? Type that into AI, and AI will give you the answer, right? So you can literally use. I'm talking fast here, but okay, I'm talking very fast, but I want to make a point here. You can use AI in your day-to-day life and learn about it rather than paying someone $1,000 a month or $100 or $200 for a course to learn about AI. People are paying for prompts. People are paying to learn how to use something that if you just spent time with it, you'd be able to learn how to do it yourself. Now, granted, when you're paying the price, you're learning about it in a shorter amount of time, which speed kills. But at the same time, You don't need to be paying. You can literally ask AI how to use AI, and AI will tell you how to optimize using AI. You could ask AI how. It really doesn't even matter what platform. I'm jumping. Geez Louise. Okay, it really doesn't even matter what platform, which AI bot you're using. You could use ChatGPT, you could use Claude, you could use Perplexity, you could use Gemini. A lot of people are going to talk about how one is better than the other, XYZ, but realistically, the best AI to use is the AI that knows you the best. And at the same time, you don't want to give AI all of your information. You don't want to give AI all of your information, because I know that's going to be another thing that people are thinking about is, okay, well, if AI gets to know me, what do I tell AI about me, right? You tell AI what you want AI to know about you, right? You tell your AI what you want your AI to know about you. So everything that my ChatGPT knows about me is everything that I want it to know about me, that's going to maximize my content and my business opportunities. And also just like my day-to-day life, right? I ask AI, like if I'm having a problem with my gimbal that I use for my content, I literally ask ChatGPT how to fix it. There's When me and my wife moved into our apartment, um, and we bought our dryer and washing machine. It was like a double stack dryer and washing machine. At first, it wasn't when I plugged it in and I tried using it. It wasn't working, and I was like, "Bruh, I just spent $300 buying this used dry washing machine, and now it's not working." You know what I'm saying? We had to carry up the steps, all kind of stuff, and it was heavy. And I was like, and now it's not working. I'm like, what the freak? You know what I'm saying? I literally asked ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT the problem that I was having. I told ChatGPT the problem that I was having with it, and it gave me like a list of 5 different things that it could be. And it ended up being one of the things that I asked ChatGPT about. And it was such a simple fix. It was because I didn't turn on the water for it. Crazy, right? You can literally and here's the thing: you don't have to use AI for your content. Even though I'm going to give you guys 3 different ways that I use AI for my content, I'm going to give you guys 3 different gems. I'm not holding back here. I'm not holding back at all here. I'm going to give you guys 3 gems that I've also noticed other content creators using. But they're not going to give you. And I'm giving this to y'all for 100% free. This is stuff that you have to pay courses. This is stuff that you have to pay for that I'm giving you guys for 100% free. So hope you guys stay tapped in with the video to where you can get to these 3 points. I know I'm jumping here. I'm just excited to talk about it because this is cool. It's cool because I'm actually using this stuff on a day-to-day basis, for my content, and not just my content, but just in life. And I've noticed how helpful it is, because I know a lot of you guys have your concerns about it. I know there's a lot of people who are saying AI is the Antichrist, which is just not true. It's a technology that we can use to help I want to say advance our lives, but it's a technology we can use to help save time in our lives. And I think it's extremely beneficial if you use it correctly and spend time with it. So, with that being said, the first way that I use AI, specifically ChatGPT and Gemini, especially Gemini because it has the banana nano, something like that. That's like really good. That's really good at making pictures. I use AI to help me make my thumbnails, right? It saves a ton of time, so I don't have to either pay someone to make it or go into Canva and do it manually. I can literally take a picture for my thumbnail, put it into Gemini, and say, hey, add this text add this text to the left of me and this text to the right of me. Or I could take someone else's thumbnail and show Banana Nana or show Gemini what I want my thumbnail to look like and say, hey, make a thumbnail similar to this thumbnail. All the top creators using AI to make their thumbnails. If you look at their thumbnails and you look at the tiny little details in their thumbnails, they're all using AI. It saves so much time, literally a ton of time, where you don't have to sit down and figure out what thumbnail to make. No, just scroll through your social media, scroll through your YouTube, and look at their thumbnails. Look at all the top players, you see they're all having millions, hundreds of thousands of views because of their thumbnails and how engaging they look. And all you're doing is creating something similar to it. Instead of trying to figure out how to make a good thumbnail, just look at what already exists and ask ChatGPT to make your thumbnail similar to this. Don't copy it and make the exact thumbnail, just something similar that's unique to you and your content. And honestly, the best way to do this is to look at people who are outside of your niche. If you make cooking videos, go look at people who make race car or car content, look at their thumbnails and see how you can integrate their thumbnails into your niche instead of looking at people who are in your niche and making thumbnails similar to that, because it's going to be way too similar. When you're doing what everyone else is doing in your niche, you're not standing out. You're just fitting in, right? So that's one thing. That's one way, right? Use ChatGPT, Gemini. I would suggest using Gemini, honestly, because it makes the best videos. I mean, it makes the best thumbnails that I've seen. Use Gemini to help you make your thumbnails. Now, I'm not saying to use it to make the whole thumbnail, meaning you type in, hey, make this XYZ kind of thumbnail. No, take the picture, have an idea in mind, and tell Gemini exactly what you want, and then have it make something similar to that. Now, sometimes it's gonna change your face, or sometimes it's gonna like change things about you, but you have to tell it not to. Tell it not to change your face, tell it not to change your body, XYZ, and basically tell it to do exactly what you want. But that's just my first pointer, right? Is using AI to help you with your thumbnails. Another thing you can use with AI, this is just like specifically taught to content, right? Another thing you can do with AI is ask it to help you do market research on search engine optimized titles for your YouTube videos. So let's say I'm just going to use food content again as an example. Let's say I make food content and I want to post a video about macaroni, right? I just made some chili mac and cheese. You can ask ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, whichever is your AI choice. Like I said, I prefer ChatGPT, so I'm just going to say ChatGPT. I could literally ask ChatGPT to give me 10 different search engine optimized titles that I can use for my YouTube video, and then look at those 10 different examples of those search engine optimized titles, and just pick one of them to use for my YouTube channel, instead of you having to sit there for hours, maybe even days, thinking about what your next title for your YouTube channel is going to be, for your YouTube video is going to be. You could even take those 10 different titles that ChatGPT gave you and ask it to tell you from least to from rank these first rank these least to greatest for which one is going to be the most search engine optimized title for it, right? So I use this for my jiu-jitsu videos. When I post my jiu-jitsu content, before I post it, I'll ask ChatGPT to give me 10 different search engine optimized titles that I can use for this jiu-jitsu video. And then I'll take those 10 and I'll ask it, okay, which one is the best? Which one is the most search engine optimized? Meaning, which one is going to show up when someone goes to search something about jiu-jitsu? Which one is going to be the most likely to show up when they're searching? And what ChatGPT always recommends is always having beginner white belt and beginner white belt and something about jiu-jitsu in the title. And MI title, right? But I would have never known that if I didn't ask ChatGPT, if I didn't ask my AI. And the more stuff you put into, the more prompts you use, and the more things you put into it, the more it's gonna it's going to help you out with your content, your titles, XYZ. So those are two things. One, AI can help you make your thumbnails, which can save you a ton of time. Two, AI can help you come up with search engine optimized titles for your YouTube videos. That's the second one. And for my third one, um, AI can, I don't really use it for this, but I know a lot, I've heard a lot of content creators talk about this. AI can help you come up with outlines for your YouTube videos. You could do a voice memo, right? And you can say, hey, I'm making a video about XYZ, and these are like the three things that I want to talk about in my YouTube video. I want to talk about camera quality, the um, 4K. Oh, dang, I hate giving details, but you could just tell the AI what it is that you want to talk about in your video, and then the ChatGPT will give you an outline, and it'll write essentially an outline of what you could discuss, or give you like 10 different points that you could talk about in your videos, so that you can have a reference for your videos, so that if you get stuck somewhere, or you're like, oh, I lost my train of thought and I want to get back on track, literally look at the points that it already gave you, so that you can get right back on track of the video and everything that you're talking about or saying, which is like a really good way to use AI for your content. Those are three great ways to use AI for your content. If you guys give me a second, I'll think of something else. But hmm, oh, here's another one. If you guys make TikTok videos, if you make any kind of shorts, any kind of TikTok videos, Instagram videos where you're making infotainment videos, and you need help with hooks, you can ask ChatGPT to help you either build a hook, make hooks, XYZ. You could type in your own hook and then ask it, how can you make this hook better? And it'll tell you how to make the hook better. Let me think of something else. You can literally take a screenshot of your Instagram profile. You can take a screenshot of your TikTok profile, and then you can plug it in a ChatGPT and ask it, hey, how can I optimize my profile page to where it would be more appealing to my audience, so that when people come to your profile, it inclines them to want to follow you. And I've noticed like I've noticed that a lot of my followers come from people who, especially on TikTok, come from people who click onto my page and actually look at the content that I post, and then they go to follow me. But my profile page, like how I had it before, like this is something I did. I asked ChatGPT, hey, I took a screenshot of it, and I asked ChatGPT how I can optimize my profile page, and it told me how to, and I just did what it said. And some of it I like added my own little twist to it, because like you don't want to, whenever ChatGPT gives you recommendations, you don't want to do everything it's saying to do point by blank, like point by point, because at the end of the day, it doesn't come up with new ideas. It just comes up with what's already there. So adding your own little twist to it guarantees that a piece of you is always a part of it, right? It keeps the humanity aspect of it, so it's not all just artificial intelligence. So yeah, use your AI, but with a grain of salt. Also keep a piece of you in it. So it gave me all these ideas about how I could maximize my profile, and I just added my own little twist to it, because you don't want to do exactly what it's saying. You want to always add a piece of you to it, just so that your own ideas are still in the forefront of your content. Think of another one. AI helps you research. I'm giving you guys way more than three. This is my fifth one, and I might keep going with them. I don't know, but I'm just like thinking of stuff, and I have to give it to you guys, because like there's people out here paying their money out of their pockets to learn how to do something that you can literally get for free. You can get all this game for free. I'm giving you guys the game for absolutely free, and there's people out here paying for it. It's absolutely insane. But AI is doing to Google what Netflix did to Redbox and Blockbuster. You AI is making searching AI is making the search process way faster than it's ever been, right? So typically, if you go and look at something on Google, it'll bring up something from Wikipedia, or it'll bring up someone's blog. It'll bring up all these different things that it's gonna have like ads on and all this kind of stuff that you genuinely don't want to see. You just want the answer to your question the fastest way possible. You can literally you can search up anything you want on ChatGPT and get the answer and that fast, right? And it's actually absolutely insane. Now, I'm not saying you should trust everything you see on artificial intelligence, but it's extremely accurate, especially with Perplexity. Perplexity is engineered to get the best pure search review, like evidence-backed responses as possible. So Perplexity would actually be the best one to use for that. But if you want something just extremely fast, just type it into ChatGPT, and you can literally get whatever you're researching, like the answers to whatever you want as fast as possible. If you need to figure out how to change their tire as fast as possible, you know what I'm saying? I need to relate this to content. If you need to figure out how to optimize your posting content for getting as many views as possible, you can literally ask ChatGPT that, and it will give you the answer for it. You can ask ChatGPT to create a content posting schedule for the next week, and you could literally tell ChatGPT your schedule for the next week and figure out how you can create a schedule that will allow you to, fit content creation in there. You could ask ChatGPT what's trending on the internet right now and what you should make videos about. If you don't know what to make videos about, you could literally ask it anything. It's actually absolutely insane, and come up with the answers to all the questions that you want. It's literally whatever ideas you have, you can literally type it into AI and get the answers to it. And it's this stuff is starting to get scary, where people are starting to make clones of themselves. They're taking a picture of themselves, but then getting AI to create videos based off a prompt that they made, right? It's actually starting to get crazy. But right now is the best time to get into AI. Really, the best time to get into it was yesterday, right? Today is the next best day to get into it. You guys need to go ahead and start learning about artificial intelligence, because it is the future, right? It's literally the future. It's a future. People are already making money off of teaching people how to use it, right? I can make money off of teaching people how to use it. The thing is I would rather give you guys this for free than making you pay for it. And I completely understand the business behind it, because when people pay attention, right? People pay for it, they act instantly, right? Speed is the name of the game. The faster you get into it, the better off you'll be. And I know some of you guys are gonna watch this video. Some of you guys aren't even gonna watch this video. Some of you guys aren't even gonna get to this point in the video, because you tap in and you tap out. And if your life is constantly tapping in and tapping out, that is literally the reason why you fail every goal you have. You can't get any results in life. Is because you're not tapped in. You're not focused on what really matters. And this is something that really matters. Millions of people, I'm talking about billions and millions of people aren't even using AI. They might have it on their phone, but it's completely forgotten about, and they don't use it. They don't know how to use it. They don't want anything to do with it, because they don't want anything to do with the future. They're scared of the future, and they're scared of technology, and they're scared to get ahead. I don't want you guys to be one of those people. Go ahead and tap in with the content. Tap in with AI. It doesn't even matter if you use it for content creation. You can use it for your everyday life, right? People are starting to integrate AI. They've already integrated AI into the health system, where you could literally you could self-diagnose yourself with AI, right? The other day, I got put in a nasty heel hook, and my freaking knee was sore. So I asked AI, like, hey, what are like the 10 best ways to recover from my knee being sore from being put in a heel hook? And it literally gave me 10 different things. I thought I was about to have surgery, but realistically, I just need to ice it, take some ibuprofen, and take a couple of days off, right? You guys could literally be using AI for anything. And like I said, it doesn't have to just be content. It could be anything in your life. And I just want you guys to go ahead and get tapped in with it. Go ahead and start using it. I wanted to go ahead and hop on the trend and talk to you guys about it because, like I said, I want you guys to go ahead and integrate it into your life, because the faster you're able to learn about it and use it, it literally is going to help you guys save a ton of time. And then it's even a good idea for some of you. You start learning about it now, spend the next 3 to 6 months learning about it, and then you can start making content teaching people about how to use AI, right? What other way? Like, you could literally build a whole YouTube channel. You could build an online business teaching people how to use AI. Go ahead and hop up on the trend now instead of waiting, right? That could be an idea for you, right? If you don't know, how you want to, spend your time on, or if you don't know what you want to do to grow your online presence, you literally just learn how to use AI, then teach people how to use AI. Because like I said, there's millions of people, right? 99% of people are not taking advantage of this opportunity. And you could go ahead and take advantage of the opportunity today. Anyways, you guys, that's the video. That's all I got for you guys. Like I said, the 5 different ways you can go ahead and start using it, just to reiterate it. You can use it for your thumbnails. You can use it for your SEO, for your titles. You can use it to do better research. And I forgot the other 2. I'm not even gonna lie, but you guys can just go back. I forgot the other 2. Dang, that's crazy. But you guys can go back in the video and see what my other 2 points were. But hey, if you guys are liking the content, make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, so we can get this word, we can get this message out to as many people as possible, especially those of you that are already trying to pay somebody to learn how to use AI. Just watch this video. I'm going to teach you guys all things content. I appreciate you guys for tapping in with me. I don't know what my next video is going to be about, but hey, man, we're growing this community and I'm excited, and I appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. We'll see you later, all right?